Welcome, everyone. It is my pleasure to introduce, this is the fourth time we're talking in early April about the influence of H.P. Lovecraft and his legacy of cosmic horror in video games. We've actually met like this 3 times before. Can you believe that? So yeah, I do hope that everyone watching has by now realized that the time has come again for the annual Lovecraftian Days event on Steam. This festival will run until Thursday, April 16th, and you can find tons of deals, free demos, and more on the sale page. If you're watching outside of Steam, you can actually find a link in the description and the comments below. But don't go just yet. As is tradition, we've prepared a showcase featuring a host of trailers ranging from world premiere announcements and updates to games launching, or just showing off their gameplay in brand new trailers. So give in to the creeping madness I'm sure you already feel gnawing on your mind. And let's dive right in.
What brings you here?
And our first entry is a world premiere reveal of a new game. In Inquisitor Simulator, you become a medieval servant of order, fighting horrors from beyond, creeping into our reality, possessing innocent people. Well, innocent might be an exaggeration. Use the typical tools of the Inquisition, but don't worry, the game's not planning to be a nauseating gorefest, rather a light-hearted take on torturing the evil out of people. And you have other options, like the dark art of alchemy, because that only corrupts other people, of course. But that's not the only new title reveal we have in store for you today. Oh no. We also want to point your attention to Ascenders Beyond the Peak, a game about Lovecraftian rock climbing. It's a turn-based exploration roguelite, where you lead a team of alpinists to recover ancient artifacts from cursed peaks. Well, this I gotta see.
Mountains. Men believe they are made of stone and ice, but they are alive, and they are watching. I have chosen you to climb where no one dares, to face storms, hunger, and fear, and to bring me what sleeps within the peaks, the artifact. Ropes will bind you together. Trust will demand sacrifice. To save one life, you may lose another, and every step higher will test what you are willing to give. But those who endure will be rewarded, and when the mountain is behind you, you will see, ice is only the beginning.
The last brand new title that we're presenting today is something fans of the psychological horror elements in Lovecraftian storytelling are going to enjoy. In Piero, you become a puppet in a theater of cruelty. Violence here is routine, and you exist only to obey. Forced to harm others, quite literally, you dream of tearing the strings. But even as the curtain falls, your role never really ends. Once you try to step out of it, the path forward begins to demand more than resistance. The further you go, the more the line between you and your tormentor fades. And at some point, it becomes hard to tell if anything has changed at all, except for you. I've seen some of the torturous gameplay already, and yeah, some performances really do leave marks. Now let's pretend time is linear for a moment. Stop wondering about the future and take a look at some of the games you could actually play right now, but you couldn't just a few days ago. The Occultist has just launched, a first-person narrative thriller. In it, you become a paranormal investigator looking for your lost father. You'll explore a mysterious island, face supernatural entities, and uncover long-buried occult rituals. Abject Abyss has also just now become available, and there's no question about its cosmic horror roots. It's a first-person sci-fi horror adventure about isolation, discovery, and humanity's insignificance in a vast, uncaring void. Explore an isolated research facility on the edge of charted space and survive the horrors that lurk there.
I've seen things. Things no one should ever face. You never really leave Godstone. It clings to you. Shadows of the past nipping at your heels. I went in search of my father, but what I found was a curse that binds everything, living or dead. Running from what haunts you gives it power. I am the Occultist.
Close, but still out of reach, lies Cthulhu in his cosmic abyss. You see, this is a game that launches right at the end of our event, bringing an end to our festivities. A fitting role for this great old one, don't you think? I'm not going to waste time trying to describe it, as we actually have the project's game director himself joining us to do just that. I will say, however, that they've just relaunched their demo with a lot of updates. So use the last few days before Cthulhu's arrival to check that out.
Voices, make them stop.
Please get up!
Oh, please.
Noah!
Hi everyone, I'm Tommaso Sergi, Game Director, here at Big Bad Wolf.
It's quite unstable.
Indeed it is. Seismic events are often recorded in this region.
Let's not hang around.
In Cthulhu, you play as Noah, an agent of the Ancil, a covert organization dedicated to confronting truths humanity was never meant to uncover.
Wealthiest individuals.
The closing must have upset a few people.
With the help of Key, your advanced AI companion, you'll explore, investigate, and try to put words on what cannot be explained. From the start, our goal was to create a narrative detective game where knowledge is the key. We wanted you to experience the same genuine eureka moment we all had in titles like Outer Wilds or The Forgotten City.
Did it. We fucking did it.
You fucking did it.
When everything finally clicks and the path forward seems clearer than ever.
Elsa, do you read me?
Noah?
I'm here with the star. I got it.
What's it like?
I don't know. It's almost unreal. What happened?
For that, you'll be equipped with innovative tools like the sonar or the vault, designed to fully immerse you in the thrill of discovery and deduction.
Wang Mei's home is near. Take the next left.
Got it. Turning left. Thank you, Key.
From the submerged forest of New England to the ancient Cyclopean city of Relia, you'll journey through mind-bending environments that defy the laws of physics. We can't wait for you to experience the game when it launches on April 16th. Thank you for watching, and see you in the depths.
The barrier between known and unknown. The edge of reason. The crossing between the mind-shattering void of uncertainty and the reality of the mundane. Well, we now bring news to increase the level of certainty in your universe, but may yet push your mind closer to madness. 2 games have chosen to come forward today and announce their release dates. Call of the Elder Gods, a Lovecraftian narrative puzzle adventure, and the sequel to the critically acclaimed Call of the Sea, will be arriving on May 12th. And on the other hand, Cosmic Fear, a disturbing horror adventure in which you try to unravel the dark mysteries of the cosmos, will take a little while longer, but will become available on September 9th.
Do you still see those shadows, Professor?
No, no! Don't touch it!
This place is full of black liquid waterfalls?
There are forces in this world that mankind ought not to meddle with, Miss Drayton.
I'll show you who Professor Everhard really is.
Evangeline, why is all this happening? It's as if everything were predetermined. God. Oh my God!
During the very first Lovecraftian days, we started a tradition that might be surprising for newcomers. But our returning viewers know that while we're all fans of horror and dread, we wish any events evoking such emotions would stay only in works of fiction. Nobody can prevent tragedy from happening in the world, of course. But we can try to help when it comes, at least in small ways. That's why every year, since this festival's inception, we try to bring your attention to the developer BitGolem and their game Dagon, a faithful adaptation of one of Lovecraft's stories, which is free. But you can buy DLCs, and all of those proceeds go to charities working to mitigate suffering caused by war. And if you've already got Dagon and all 3 paid expansions, or if you're considering simply helping a bit more, this year for the first time, BitGolem has partnered with a charity called Voices of Children to host a fundraiser to build a facility specializing in long-term psychological rehabilitation for children affected by war, the first of its kind in Ukraine. When built, it will serve children and teenagers who've lived through shelling, occupation, or deportation, dealing with anxiety, depression, or PTSD, or suffering from injuries or disabilities. If that sounds like a worthwhile cause to you, please go to the Support Charity with Dagon tab on our Steam sale page to learn more. Also worth mentioning is the fact that BitGolem are staying committed to their charitable activities and will donate a portion of proceeds from all their upcoming games, such as Pool of Madness, a Lovecraftian pool simulator, a fittingly bizarre concept, but a lot of fun. And you can try it for yourselves in their just released, newly updated demo. On the topic of tradition at Lovecraftian days, we have Stygian, Outer Gods, the survival horror RPG which had been unveiled and then subsequently launched into early access during our previous events. But just today, it launched another in a series of updates, introducing the remainder of its mystical Brasco family mansion, adjacent cemetery, and various otherworldly threats you'll have to face therein. But let's break with tradition for a moment. And let's watch a music video instead of another gameplay trailer, shall we? The devs have partnered with none other than Rafael Colantano, game designer of Dishonored and Prey fame. He and his band, Weird Wolves, made one of their songs available to be featured in the game in different variations.
Check
We could continue to reminisce about all the games we presented in previous years and that continue to evolve. Take Worshippers of Cthulhu, which launched last year but just now received another free update, bringing new structures and decorations to the disposal of all mad cultist architects. Or Viscerafest, the truly insane FPS, which also left early access last year, but today became available on PlayStation and Xbox. But there are, of course, many others that we haven't talked about in previous years. Whisper Mountain Outbreak is an isometric co-op survival horror in which careless mining operations awakened an ancient evil. The game launched in early access last summer, and they've released their Cursed update today. SCP Fragmented Minds, an FPS in which you face true cosmic horrors on Mars, has recently entered its second chapter of early access. Another shooter, presenting a different kind of Lovecraftian horror, is It Has My Face, which has now left early access and received a hefty dose of new content as well. Last but not least, My Father Lied, a game about uncovering ancient mysteries and unfathomable secrets, decided to unveil their upcoming DLC today in a veritably Lovecraftian, mysterious fashion. All the dev told us about it is the following. He promised to return to her. Death broke that promise. Now the void is breaking him. Okay. I can't wait.
This site was home to the Foundation's greatest achievements. Now, it's just echoes of a future they stole from us.
How did they get like this?
Because when it mattered, they were too weak to do what was necessary.
No! It's about keeping the world safe, not controlling it.
The era of humanity was always destined to conclude. This is simply the final stage.
I kept thinking about it for years. How do you really change the past without causing a paradox? Especially since I knew that I will die. I asked myself this question for many years, and then it hit me. The answer was staring at me in the face the whole time.
This is our chance. It's time for our people to be liberated.
Liberated. After they placed us in a siege for more than a decade.
Someone heard an echo in the place.
Mom.
You have to stop feeling sorry for yourself and wake up.
So, how do you change the past without changing the future?
Celebrating the endless, surprising variety in which cosmic horror themes continue being explored and adapted in games is at the core of Lovecraftian days, and we dedicate this last segment of our show to exactly that purpose. Experience the loneliness of Arctic exploration, and futile attempts at survival and combat against ancient unknowable horrors in After Hell Freezes Over, presenting its first ever gameplay trailer today. Awaken aboard a train carrying the last human survivors through a world that's no longer ours in Dreadline Express, and search for answers that may never come. Or enjoy a reimagining of H.P. Lovecraft's story At the Mountains of Madness from the point of view of a penguin. Yeah, a penguin colony will provide just such an experience. You can also succumb to mass hysteria with your friends exploring twisted jungles wrought with peril together, and let the madness infect your mind through the screen in The Mound, Omen of Cthulhu, coming this summer on July 15th. And of course, what could be more Lovecraftian than the struggle against otherworldly entities, reality-shattering forces summoned by humans trying to gain power, and the corruption and madness brought forth by studying forbidden knowledge. I'm talking about Warhammer 40k universe and the upcoming CRPG Dark Heresy.
When the new sun rose over Earth, consuming the sky and all the living things beneath it, the last human train set off on its final journey. In Dreadline Express, you'll step into the shoes of one of the remaining passengers, trying to save the little that remains of what makes us human. This isn't a story about saving the world. We're well past that point. It's a slow-burning drama set in the universe of H.P. Lovecraft, delving into madness and the fragile human spirit with which we are all too familiar. But be cautious. You are responsible for your actions here. A decision must be made. How will you choose?
Do you hear it? Just beneath the wind. The wind howls, different in the south than the north. It is only man, in our mission to achieve dominion over Earth, that has the drive to be in a place where he does not belong.
Ko tahi rautou, ka puta no te kārana. Me hau tātou ki te tonga. Whai atu I te hau a mahue mai I a tōroa.
My name is Howard Blakely. I am writing this under an appreciable mental strain, both from the lack of sleep and the nightmare which has taken my autonomy. It was many years ago now, while teaching at Boston Miskatonic, when I became delirious. Time has become a foreign concept to me. The past, present, and future all at once.
The Officio Medicae tend to servants of the Imperium across the galaxy. They all share the same goal: to ensure that each and every sick or wounded individual returns to their duty, no matter the cost. Epione Spes once moved among their most prestigious circles. Born into nobility and gifted with a sharp mind, she sought to use her intellect for the good of humanity. Even after being stripped of her family and her status, she mastered the arts of diagnosis, pharmacopoeia, and chirurgery. When the Inquisition seized the station where she was working, Epione was deemed too valuable to discard. Thus, she was initiated into the Holy Ordos, where her skills and expertise gained a new and unforgiving purpose. Now, as an acolyte, Epione Spes hunts the mysterious disease-consuming scintilla, and only the God Emperor himself knows where her pursuit will lead her.
Came back until now. Something has shifted. Stories spread fast of artifacts, gold buried out there. Adventurers started swarming in. Poor sods, most of them, wholly unprepared for what awaits them. The sun kills you now. It drives the spirits into a frenzy, messes with your mind. All these treasure hunters running to grab something shiny and make it back by dawn. No safe haven for miles. What a shame. But what's this? An old place just at the edge of the cursed lands. Some stagger in clutching relics. Some never arrive at all. But one way or another, it all ends up on her counter.
I hope you enjoyed our brief selection of madness, mystery, and horror. Consider it just a small appetizer. You're cordially invited to the event sale page on Steam, where you can enjoy the full meal of discounts, snack on various demos, or just browse and enjoy the aroma of future games still cooking. If the great old one wills it, we will be back next year again.